What's going on? What's going on? You got the almighty DJ CJ Flash having a blast, and we're back with a brand new live episode of I Remember That Song. Here to tell you all about it is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jerry Dunn.
And don't you ever forget that, brother. Dominus Ominous.
Really?
Dominus Ominous.
Really?
I hear my cousin, the Pope, is a little ill right now. Speaking of Dominus Ominous.
Is he really?
Ill. Yeah.
Gotta give him a little Dominus for the ominous.
we gotta pray for him the way he prayed for everybody else.
Yeah, gotta give him a little Dominus for the ominous.
Yo, Pope, Dominus Ominous, man. Feel better, bro. Feel better. All right. How you doing, bro?
After that Dominus and ominous,
we pray for the Pope. That's one of my favorite lines from a Prince song. He's got a song called "The Pope."
Oh, okay.
He said, "You can be the president. I'd rather be the Pope." No, wait. You can be the side effect. I'd rather be the dope. You can be the president. I'd rather be the Pope. Something like that. Yeah.
I wouldn't rather be the Pope. I'm cool.
I think I might have it backwards. But anyway, it's better when he says it. So.
I get his sentiment. I'm cool.
Yeah.
You can have
so welcome to IRTS Live. It might be just you and me tonight, bro.
Really?
D Minor, Russ, and Ryan are trying to get back to us. They're running around. We got issues all around the Bay Area, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
If nothing else, you can handle this because we the show must go on. And show will go on. We got a great guest.
Yeah.
It's going to make us even better than we do already. So
I love this dude, man.
I do too, man. It's his third time coming back to us, man.
Yeah, man.
So he must like us a little bit too, right?
I'm gonna tell you, he's mad talented.
Yes,
mad talented.
Yes,
First time I met him, he was playing giant steps on the keys. And I was totally impressed. I'm like, who is this cat, man?
Yeah,
I mean, I knew who he was, but it's like, who is this cat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we saw him a couple of years ago when we were all in Cabo. He was on stage there.
Yeah.
They had a problem with the mic for like half of his set, but you would never know that the crowd was not entertained because they were. Because he was out working the audience and everything like that till they got it straightened out. So
yeah, consummate show person.
If y'all don't know about Kevin Ross, you're gonna find out tonight because we are welcoming him to be our guest. He's a Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, producer. He has written and produced music for Jamie Foxx, Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, Tank, and my girl Toni Braxton. And he debuted his newest single. It's called "Love in the Middle." And it's a beautiful song. It's smooth. You're going to love it. We're going to play a little bit of it tonight when we bring in our guest, Mr. Kevin Ross.
What's going on?
What's up, Kevin? How you doing, brother?
Thank you for having me.
Man, thank you for coming back again, man.
Yes.
Like I was saying, I love in the middle.
No, I appreciate it. I really
love
do.
in the middle. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to also pay tribute to, because all of you R&B and just music fans in general know that we lost four legends in the last 4 days,
Right.
So we're talking about Gwen McCrae, Jerry Butler, Chris Jasper, and of course Roberta Flack. So we are going to have some fun and talk to Kevin about his music, and then we're going to flip over and talk about those artists and get some input from Kevin, from CJ, from me, and from you. I'm going to have to do this because Ryan Nicole is not here today, so I'm going to get us going on how you can find us and make sure that you go to Facebook at IRTS Show or follow us really on YouTube at IRTS Space Show. Right now, I'm hearing that Facebook has some issues. So if you're watching on YouTube and you don't see anybody that tell them to follow us on YouTube right now until Facebook get themselves situated. But make sure you go to the YouTube page at IRTS Space Show. It's free. You can catch up on all of our old shows and you can see all the kind of things that we've been doing for the last 10 seasons. This is our 10th season, Kevin. 10th
wow.
season.
Congratulations, y'all.
6 years, 10 seasons, man. So
wow.
All right. So look, we were talking about love in the middle. CJ, why don't we just start it out with that and let's see what
I
we go.
like the way you think, brother.
Let's go.
Too focused, leaving you unnoticed. It's my problem. 4 choices. But anybody else would have left this, but you never second guessed it. I know it's been a real long time. Yeah, I've been doing the most, flying coast to coast. You never stressed me out. And ooh, I just wanna blow your mind. So move your plans around while you adjust adjust your crown so you can let your head down. Cause you worked all day and you've been going through pains. Yeah, you deserve a break. So let's stop for a little, put love in the middle, and I just got paid. So put that bag away.
Nice.
Cause it's all on me.
Kevin, you got another one.
Hey,
You got another
man.
one. You got another one, man. That's
It feels good. It feels good, man.
All right. So tell us the story behind that song.
Mm.
I know it just came out. You released it in January, right? So just last month, right?
Yeah, the end of January we released it. So produced by myself, Chuck Harmony, Claude Kelly, some heavy hitters as far as writers and producers in the game. Was blessed enough to go to Nashville and work with them.
Nice.
And so they asked me, what was the concept of the album? I told them Love Up Tempo. And I was like, look, I want to make songs for the blue collar lover. And so I wanted to make sure that, the teachers and the nurses and the UPS worker and the administrative assistants, just people that get up on their 9 to 5s and, get that hustle and bustle on. I felt like they were being overlooked and underserved as it pertains to just feel good music and just, R&B music that was intentional. And so I wanted for them to feel seen. I wanted for them to feel like, there's still good music out there that has a great feel. It doesn't have to be a ballad. It doesn't have to be a vibe. It can be something that, you can move to, or, when the weather gets warm or nice, you can, let the windows down and, and really feel good. So, that was the intention behind it, to be honest. And love in the middle. It's like put love in whatever that you do. So whether that's, your significant other, whether that's, your passion, just put love in the middle of it. And, just kind of reminded people of that in a way in song form.
All right. Now, did you call that a working class lover? Is that what you call it?
No. Blue collar lover.
Blue collar lover. So have you created a new category of music? Have you created a new category?
Yeah, I've kind of came up with certain things over time as far as to explain it. You know what I mean? You know how like people have their elevator pitch.
Right.
And so you find phrases in order to kind of pinpoint and target, like, okay, this is what I'm going for. Another one that I didn't make up. Actually, a young lady by the name of Promise, who is actually one of my supporters, hit me in my DM, and she was just like, you make high vibrational R&B music.
That's what I'm
talking about. Like, yo, that's dope. And I was like, I'm a steal that, and I'm gonna use it. And so I've been using it, high vibrational R&B, and I never realized how scarce of a space that has been as far as within R&B for the past couple of years. And so I'm glad to, kind of contribute to that space.
I dig exactly what you're talking about, simply because there has been a void for a long time of high vibrational R&B music, or high vibrational music in general.
Yeah.
And the fact that you are intentionally setting your goal for this, or setting your writing for this, is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So how do you identify, okay, I got the pitch, I get it, I love it. But for the person to ask you the follow-up question, so what else constitute? I mean, you got a new project coming out in March.
Yeah,
like the whole EP, right?
Yeah.
So is it going to be filled with blue collar lover kind of music?
Absolutely. Blue collar lover music all the way. There are no ballads on this project. Love in the Middle is probably the slowest track on the project, and so so it's two stepping above as it pertains to Love Up Tempo.
I like it. I like it a lot. I can't wait. So what time in March is it coming out? What day?
So technically we moved it to April 4th. So it was supposed to come out the last Friday of March, but now we moved it to April 4th. So
Can we have you back once it drops?
Hey man, anything is possible. Let's make it happen.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna be in high demand come March or so, because you're also going on a tour with the City Winery tour starting in March, right?
Yeah, it's the Love Up Tempo tour, brought to you by SiriusXM Heart and Soul.
Oh, wow.
We're doing a lot of City Winery dates. However, I've been fortunate enough to scale out of City Winery in certain markets like Atlanta, where I'll be, instead of at City Winery, I'll be at Center Stage. I'll make sure you get your tickets, whoever's watching in Atlanta. And then I want to say Baltimore. Baltimore doesn't have City Winery. They have this venue called Keystone Corner. And so I'll be there March 15th. I'll be in Atlanta April 5th. Yes. And I think the rest of the dates as of right now are all City Wineries. And then I think Oakland, which is June 20th. is Yoshi's.
Yoshi.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
We'll
well,
be there.
we'll definitely be there. I was
be
about to say, when you come into Yoshi's out here, because it's a perfect spot for you.
Yep,
So
we'll be there.
CJ and I will be there, as well as the rest of the crew, man. So Jasmine Thomas wants to say that as a service worker, she appreciates your style of music just for us, you know. So
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, JT. I appreciate you always.
we got the rosters in the house. That's your fan club. That's your folks. The rosters. So look, if you're watching this for the first time, rosters, like I said before, please go to our YouTube channel. We always talk to gentlemen like this and ladies that you know. I mean, Layla Hathaway, Eric. We haven't had Eric Roberson has been on. We've had CJ. Help me out. Who else? Eddie Levert. Every time I start trying to talk about who we've had, I can't remember any of them, man.
Will Downing.
Will Downing has gone on.
Will Downing.
His wife Audrey Downing has been on. Tawatha AG. We've been all up in New York. D Train was on a few weeks ago. All the New York folks have been on. So we are killing it out here. So if you've seen us for the first time, yes. Make sure you check us out. We've got producers. We had Daryl Simmons on.
Kevin Ross.
Kevin Ross has been here for the third time. Alvin Che from Take Six. It's on and on and on. This is what we do. So listen. So the tour, the City Winery, is that kind of like a Napa? I mean, like a Blue Note? Is that what you said? Because they don't have it out here. So
Yeah,
like a Blue Note, a club like that size.
Essentially, city wineries usually hold about 300 people. As it pertains to the venue size, kind of like supper club type of vibes. And so, yeah, it's always a good time because one thing about blue collar workers is that they do not want to stand on their feet to enjoy themselves. And, you know,
they've been working all day.
Yeah, they want to sit down, and I'm with it because you know, also it kind of prepares me for my future. You know, I want to be in theaters, and so you know, in order to be in theaters, you know, you got to put on a show where whether they standing up or whether they sitting down, they're entertained. And so I think that City Winery is a great training ground for any artist as it pertains to kind of get their chops up. But you know, my thing is always to be able to scale, and especially as an indie R&B artist, is to make sure that in every market that I'm scaling, that I'm growing. That you know, if I do one sold out show, then I got to do 2 sold out shows, and then if I can do that multiple times, then I can, you know, scale out of that venue respectfully. And there's 2 cities that I've done that successfully, and that's DC, my hometown, where I'll be either doing a Howard Theater or Lincoln Theater now.
Nice.
And, yeah, of course, Atlanta. So yeah, so it's awesome.
Well, I'm happy for you, man. So we will not be playing the Kennedy Center though in DC. We will not be doing that.
Yeah, look, you know, that's a whole nother thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, hands off Kennedy Center for right now.
We're not doing the Kennedy Center right now, man. Hey, listen, now your folks have told me about some other things that you were doing that I really want to get into. So let me just play this clip right now, and then you tell us all about it, okay?
Yeah.
Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through. You light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although it may be ever so near, there are times you must keep on trying. Smile, but still stand crying. You will find that life is still worthwhile. Only if you smile.
Yeah, you better quit playing with folks, man. Quit playing with folks.
Wow.
And I like the top praying for LA at the top. So what's the story behind that amazing piece of work right there?
Man, you know, like certain songs and certain things kind of like just, you know, come upon my heart, and I want to express that through song, and just, you know, I love doing a cappella stuff and arranging, and so I took advantage of, you know, the space and time that I had outside of course, you know, being a papa, to, you know, create this, and so it really came out really nice. You know what I mean? And just even like watching it back and listening to it, I was like, okay, like I think that the passion is felt, and it put a smile on my face for sure.
Oh yeah.
And, so yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Because I honestly, once I do certain things, I just I do it and then I let it go and I release it. So I don't try to get caught up in it. So that was a treat for me as well.
I gotta ask you, CJ, I'm sure you're gonna ask the same thing I am, so I'm gonna let you ask it.
So when you put stuff like that together, first of all, it's totally creative, and I'm in awe of it. I really dig it.
Thank you.
But let me ask you this: when you put that together, and it's like a multi-track recording, where do you start? Do you start with the shaker, or do you start with the lead? Where do you start?
I normally start with bass first.
Okay.
And the only reason why is because that's kind of the easiest line to capture. As long as I know kind of, the root of every chord and how I want for it to, modulate and the transitions. Bass always kind of holds me down solid. And then within the app that I use, as far as for the acapella, there's this like blinking light that like I can see, but nobody else can see. So that allows for me to keep the time signature or the BPM of it. So when it, it goes blink, 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 blink. It's
like a quick track.
I'm looking at that the whole time to just kind of keep myself in time. And so I'll, use my keyboard ahead of time, just kind of arranging wise and to memorize that. And then I build harmonies from that. And then once I have kind of the bones of it, then I'll go to leads and execute that. And then I'll add the drums. The drums are always kind of last. Just because of the fact that like if I don't get the feel of the melodic right, then the drums ain't gonna matter anyways. So
it's a little bit different than recording a track, because normally, and I used to record a magnetic tape. But we always start with the drums, bass, keys, rhythm stuff, and then everything else is layered after that. But wow. Amazing. Absolutely.
All right, so you don't do it all. How many days does it take you? Or a week?
It used to take me days. Now it's just a couple hours, to be honest.
Really?
Wow.
To do all 8 tracks?
Yeah, it's just I think because I found my system. I found my flow to it. But when I first started out, honestly, my brother sent me a kind of a primitive app to what I'm doing now. But he was like, he sent me just like this acapella, him in these boxes, and he just sang like, I forget what he sang, like maybe like The Simpsons or something like that. And I was like, how'd you do that? And he sent me the app. And so for like weeks on end, it would just be me and him texting each other acapella stuff. And it wasn't sophisticated at all, but it was just the joy of it. And so one day I was just sitting there and I'm like, what if I actually did like this for real? And I think Instagram only really had like 15 seconds to 30 seconds of video during that time frame. And so I would just do these small snippets and I would see just kind of an increase of interest from my following or certain new followers that would take interest in it. And I was like, oh, this is a thing. So the longer that Instagram would allow for me to go, the longer my mashups became. So then it became not just doing one song, then it became doing multiple songs in one. And so that's when it really started to take a life of its own. And like, a couple 100 million views later, as far as across YouTube and Instagram or whatever, it's done what it's supposed to do.
Right. Absolutely amazing. So will you be releasing that anytime soon on any of your upcoming releases?
No, the mashups are strictly for social cachet, to be honest.
Gotcha.
It's the way for me to create community and allow for community to talk amongst each other. And I found that out very early on, to say, you put the product out and then you take yourself out of it. Because a lot of times it's not about how I sound and the aesthetic of it, but it's about the song selection and how it makes them feel. And most times I'm targeting nostalgia. And so once I target nostalgia, then the conversation is like it's on and popping from there in the sense of community actually talking amongst each other. So as long as I can bring people together to talk about things that are positive or bring nostalgia back to them or give them a good feeling, that's what it's all about.
Okay, now you mentioned your brother. We got to shout him out. You said he sings too. So what's his name? Where
Yes,
can we find some of his stuff?
Yeah, his name is Kelvin. I'm Kevin.
Oh man.
And who's older? Who's older?
Oh, I'm older. Yeah, I'm technically the middle child. That it's three of us.
Me
Three
too.
boys.
I'm the middle child too. We can talk, man. We can talk. Some things that are good about it. Some things just not. I'm still trying to work through with some things. Being a middle child, but so does he sing too, or you play with? Oh yeah, you got a middle child story. I can share it. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean honestly, yeah. We all are musical in our own way. You know what I mean? Yes, my young brother does sing. He raps and he produces and all kind of stuff. And so yeah, it's just kind of runs in our family. My dad he sang around the city of DC quite a lot. And so he just had great taste in music, to be honest. Like growing up in the 90s and being a 90s baby, you would think I would, hear, Bad Boy all day, but he was an old soul. So he'd be playing like the Delphonics and the Stylistics, you know what I mean? Like all of these like vocal groups from the 70s or late 60s and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, this widened my palette, you know what I mean? Increased my taste level. So
it makes a huge difference when you have music in the home. And not just what's on the radio, but a broader stroke than what's on radio. You guys still have black radio in DC, so here in the Bay Area we ain't have black radio. So our young people are growing up, but they have access now to YouTube and these other platforms, but it's not exactly the same. If it's not in the home, though, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it is. Because we always talk about the memories of, my mom used to play that when we're cleaning the house on Saturdays, and my dad would play that in the garage when we were doing this and doing that. So, music, if you really truly love music, which I know you do, you love and listen to all kinds of music, man. So I'm really glad that we got you here tonight to help us honor these 4 artists that we're going to get to in just a moment. I want people to know you're watching IRTS Live every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Hope you're looking at us on YouTube. If you are, tell your friends to come over here at IRTS Space Show. Facebook is ripping tonight, so we're not going to deal with them. I do have one more mashup just because I got it. I want to play it, so let me play that if you don't mind. Here we go.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions had an echo, so much space. Ooh, ooh. But when you're out there without care, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. Does that make me crazy?
So the last question I want to ask you about, again, I'm looking at the 8 different screens. How do you have to go back sometimes? Because I'm doing the same movement that I was doing in this one up here, or do you have to consciously make sure you're moving differently too? And ones that you're doing, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like just repetition helps the process in the sense of like before I do it, I'll be like, all right, like don't mess up. That's my whole thing. Is like I know I'm finna mess up, but if I it's like, all right, cool. Like just lock in, be focused, understand. All right, cool. Like you gotta make sure that you bopping in the right way while staying on pitch. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a whole thing. But I think I've done it so much that it's just kind of like it's second nature when I get into that in that bag. But just listening back to that, because you know that even though I reposted that, I did that record or that mashup years ago.
Okay.
And I was like listening to my lead vocal, and I was like, I don't know what I was on that day, but like it was like I had a certain grit. And I was like, I wish I could just like call upon that grit every night.
you got to be in the hallway like you were there in that house, wherever you were. So a good sound in there too.
And you was feeling yourself. So now let me ask you this: what happens when your mashup gets so popular that the folks that come to see you request that you do it on the spot? Can you do it?
Yeah, I actually do it live. So
That's dope. That's what I'm talking about.
So I you know, granted I have a band with me or whatever, but
Sure.
like I'll always like, you know, do an homage to the mashup so that they know it's real, at least like the lead vocals. And we always do like choreography with it. So we always enhance it so that it's not just these boxes, but it's like this is live and this is entertainment. And I want you to, we're taking you back down memory lane. And so I'm excited because I didn't think that I would do mashups again. But there is, I guess, a new series that I'm going to do very, very soon. I've already got 2 in the can with some R&B veterans that will be a part of the mashup world. And so I'll be announcing that pretty soon. So I'm really excited to bring people into that mashup world while still paying tribute to them. So it's going to be really cool.
It's exciting. It really is exciting.
Nice.
The creativity is wow.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, look, we're talking to Kevin Ross. We're talking about his new song, "Man," a love in the middle. I said, "Man in the Middle." Is that a movie? I don't even know, what am I even thinking about, man? So, a love in the middle. And you know what? If you miss it, we're gonna come back to that a little bit later. We're gonna play a little bit more of that at the end of the show. But right now, as I mentioned, we lost 4 R&B industry veterans in the past. Literally in 4 days, starting with February 20th, when the Iceman himself, Jerry Butler, passed away. Jerry Butler is from Chicago. He started out many years ago. I mean, I'm talking about like in the 50s with the Impressions, which was Curtis Mayfield's group. He left the Impressions, started his own solo career, had a lot of hits there. He ended up doing some government work, working in the city of Chicago. I think he was not the mayor, but he was a councilman and things like that. So he had a long, distinguished career. Had the greatest nickname that you could have, the Iceman, and he was just a cool brother. You know, CJ, you got some Iceman music for us?
Never gonna give you up. No matter how you treat me, never gonna give you up. So don't you think of leaving? Girl, you treat me bad, and I know why. Yeah, I've seen you running around with another guy. And you think if you hurt me that I'll go away. Made it up in my mind that I'm here to stay. So tell him, never gonna give you up. Whisper in his ear, no matter how.
You heard that one, Kevin?
Nah, that's my first time. That's super dope.
Yeah. He's had, like I said, he started in 1951. He had a lot of charted hits like "He Will Break Your Heart," "Let It Be Me," "Only the Strong Survive," "Ain't Understanding Mellow." I think you need to hear that one, Kevin. "Ain't Understanding Mellow" was a duet he did with a lady named Brenda Lee Eager. Your daddy know about that one, I promise you. Your daddy and your mama know about that one. So what else you got, CJ Flash?
Thank God for you.
Thank God.
You a woman enough, girl, not to try to hide.
Didn't try to hide it, baby.
You didn't try to hide your love for this other guy. Baby, no need to explain.
Okay. Now I'm sure somebody sampled that one, right, CJ?
I'm
Absolutely.
sure.
Yeah, who sampled that? Because I know you guys are.
I don't remember off top, but I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's too much groove in it for it not to be chopped up.
Mhm. That one's Ain't Understanding Mellow. For those of you who haven't heard that, Google that song, Ain't Understanding Mellow by Jerry Butler and Brenda Lee Eager. Listen to the way she sings and the way he sings. Oh, man, it's a beautiful song. One of my first songs I ever slow danced to back in the day when I was a child, man. So
You was slow grinding, rubbing belly.
yeah, I was.
Slow drag.
Yeah, I was.
Slow
I
drag
was
with you, Grady.
as much as I could, So, so Jerry Butler again passed away at the age of 85. But what it was, he served as a commissioner for Cook County in Illinois from 85 to 2018.
Wow.
And on a 17-member county board, he chaired the Health and Hospitals Committee and served as the vice chair of the Construction Committee. So this is a serious man with a lot of left a lot of legacy, and God bless you, brother. So that was February 20th.
Wow.
And if that wasn't enough, did you have another song, CJ? You want to go to the next one?
Yeah, you can go to the next one.
If that wasn't enough, the next day we get word that Gwen McCrae passed away. Gwen McCrae was married to George McCrae. He did Rock the Boat, and she did Rocking Chair. Her answer to his song, Rock the Boat, was a rocking chair. So let's hear a little of Gwen McCrae.
Sexy baby, good loving daddy. Ooh, let me be your rocking chair. Just rock me away from here. Let's get it on. Come to me, baby. Ooh, let me be your rocking chair. Just rock me away from here. Let your arms shelter me from all hurt and pain. Light my heart with your
Gwen McCrae, that was a big hit in 1975, Rocking Chair. She had a nickname too. You guys listen to this. Her nickname was the Queen of Rare Groove.
Mm-hmm. She was the queen of rare groove, no doubt.
Interesting too. That's interesting too. All right.
That song was definitely sampled.
Yeah.
A group called Blase Blase took that and used this part. Just this part.
Just a just a
Just that's all they took was that.
That's it. Yeah, oh yeah. But it was
Okay.
fire how they looped it.
Mm,
Fire. The
okay.
song was called Danger. Blase.
Jasmine says it takes me back being at her grandma's when she was little and playing the stereo. That's what we used to call it, a
Mhm.
stereo, man.
It was a stereo.
Mhm,
A component set.
mhm, mhm. All right. So you know that song at all, Kev?
You know what? I felt like I heard it
sample.
once.
Okay.
I felt like I heard it once. But I mean, I love the fact of like you said, 1975,
Yeah.
in the sense of like the cleverness, the slickness. It wasn't overt, you know what I mean? Like it was just the fact of you knew what she was talking about
Mhm.
without, it being so obvious. I really love that for sure.
Flash, you got another one from her?
I got another one.
what can I do? What can I do? How can I do the things I want to do? When 90% of me is you. My heart no longer does what I want it to. Because 90% of me is you. Gonna be the kind of woman that no man can move. I wanna have the kind of
No, I don't even know that one. What's that one?
90% of me.
90% of me is you.
That's because you didn't listen to the hippity hop. See, if you would have grew up listening to the hippity hop, then you would have known.
We've been through this last time we talked to Kevin. Kevin made me go out and buy a whole new stereo system for my car the last time we talked. So, because all I was playing, I told you all I was playing with CDs. And so you sat up in the chair and said, wait a minute. Now let's talk about this. So where are you hearing your new music? I said, oh man, well, first of all, get out my face, right? So, but you were right. I was playing with my CDs and hearing music right here. And me, I love music, like I said earlier, but I was out of touch with what was happening. So I went and got me a system, got the Sirius XM and all that kind of stuff. And it's a whole nother world out there.
Yeah.
I can't play my CDs anymore because it didn't come with a CD player, but that's all right. That's all right. I just pulled it up on YouTube. But that was good, man. So do you have one more from her? Because I know you talked about it earlier.
No, we can go.
Okay, Funky Sensation, though. You want to talk about that one?
You
have to play it. Just tell them about it.
Oh,
didn't you say that was sample?
Yeah. Funky Sensation was one of those joints. As a matter of fact, it was more recently, over the past 10 years, maybe, a woman by the name of Leela James kind of remade Funky Sensation and called it Good Time. And it was dope. Pete Rock produced it, and it was dope. So if you ever hear her joint "Good Time," it's a spinoff of Funky Sensation.
Leela can sing, man.
Oh, Leela's bad.
I remember met her when she first got started. She came to the radio station, Afro out to here, about this tall, and just her voice just woke up the whole building. So she was great. She kind of sounds. She has a similar sound to Gwen McCrae. Very similar if you listen to him. Real gruff, but so she's done a couple of joints where she's kind of got into the Gwen McCrae-ish thing. Okay. So we're gonna have to find Leela and get her on the show. It's about time. Yeah, right?
She's
down in LA or something, I think.
Super bad.
All right. So our next person unfortunately passed away during the week. Now the next one we got word on, found out. Well, Chris passed away before Roberta. I don't know where you were going, CJ, so I don't want to mess up.
I was going with Roberta.
Yeah, okay, let's do that because Chris Jasper, we found out passed away on the 23rd, but we didn't find out about it until the 25th. Yes. But go ahead, let's talk about the great one, Roberta Flack. Let's go.
Angels whisper to you early in the morning. It's really something wonderful and rare. Someone tries to tell you that I do not love you, tell them they must be out of their mind. Let them change my mind, cause I got you here, right by my side. You are my love, you are my heaven, you are my love. Make me sing, God, you are my love.
Ooh.
All right, you feeling that one? Talk about that one, Kevin.
Roberta Flack, just her approach to music, her voice, her tone, like I don't know how to put it, but to say like she was one of the first like Black women to have like this mainstream soul. You know what I mean? Like her tone was so pure, but her approach was so soulful. That I think a lot of people and droves and multitudes of people was able to relate to it and to connect with her voice. It wasn't so aggressive and so assertive that it turned people off. Like if you just heard her without looking at her, you didn't know what she was, but just this talented being. The fact that she played keys and just I don't know, man. It just amazing what she did with Killing Me Softly, you know what I mean, and making it her own. Like you forget that it's a cover, and so that's the beauty of an artist like Roberta Flack. Amazing, and definitely a one of one, cannot be replaced. We haven't had a Roberta Flack since, and so once in a generation. So yeah.
They say that she sang in a perfect pitch.
Yeah,
that's right. So she, again, just so many hits. The first time ever I saw your face, you mentioned Killing Me Softly, Feel Like Making Love, all the things with Donny Hathaway. She did some stuff with People Bryson. One of me and CJ's favorite songs is At the Concert that she did with Michael Henderson. I hope you're going to play a little bit of that, Flash. But she was the first artist to win the Grammy Award for Record of the Year in consecutive years. Did y'all know that? The very first.
No.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Coming up soon, Kevin Ross will be on that list too. But the
I think Kevin is going there. Kevin is going there.
The Grammy Award for Record of the Year consecutive years. I'm going to guess it was first time in Killing Me Softly because I remember those two songs. You couldn't get off the radio without hearing it, you know. So it's beautiful, beautiful songs. What else you got? Because I got so many of her hits that we can talk about, but let's see what you're going to play. Let's go.
And this is a curveball.
He looked at me one day, chased my blues away, chased my blues away with his sweet smile. I never dreamed I'd meet a man so fine. There was something in his style, Mr. Magic, where have you gone, Mr. Magic? You turn me on.
Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Why you like that one, Flash?
Because this is the lyrical version of Mr. Magic, and I found out that they were recorded in the same year. However, they didn't release 74 is when it was recorded. They released Grover Washington's album first. That's 75 in February of 75, and then they released Roberta Flack's album a little later on in March in 75. But I believe they recorded it close to the same time. Same cat is playing on it that actually wrote the song, Ralph McDonald, a percussionist, legendary percussionist. And so I don't know who recorded it first. My guess is that the lyric version may have been first because of the lyrics, and then Grover, but both versions are phenomenal. And Roberta just put her stamp all on it. And that kind of laid the groundwork for Amy Winehouse later on, but she used both versions. She used the style of the vocal version and then, of course, Grover's version. So
I wasn't mad at Amy's version. I wasn't.
No. It was phenomenal. She put her stamp on it. She really did.
Now, would that fit under the name of the Blue Collar Love, or is that would that fit in there?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Blue Collar Love.
No, I mean, I love that. I'm going to start using that all the time. So that's, you're a blue collar girl, aren't you? Blue collar. No, it got nothing to do with where you work. It got nothing to do with where you work. I'm talking about who you are. Your essence is blue collar. I love it, So she also collaborated, like I mentioned, with Donny Hathaway on Where Is the Love, one of my favorite songs, The Closer I Get to You. And like I said, with Peebo, she did Tonight I Celebrate My Love. And Maxi Priest, she even set the night to music with Maxi Priest back in 91. At the Concert with Michael Henderson in 1977. Again, phenomenal, cool, smooth, blue collar love kind of song. CJ Flash, what you got next?
Oh, one of your favorites.
Let's go.
I felt bad when I heard the news you couldn't come to see me. I wasn't very open-minded. Oh, the things we said left us broken hearted.
I hope to make it better, make it better real soon. And I'll show you that I will if you can.
Get away get away. All the crowd, just you and me.
Kevin, have you heard that song?
No, that was my first time.
Bro, you need to go back. I mean, it's about 7 minutes long, Flash.
Yeah.
They got the organ is going. They got, it's a swirl of jazz and R&B and smoothness with these two great vocalists, Michael Henderson. His bass was going on crazy. I love that song, man. So I think that would be right up your alley. Let me
We'll
give you
send
that.
it to you. We'll send it to you.
We'll send that to you.
Thank you. Look, I'm gonna do my research for sure.
Michael Henderson and Roberta Flack at the concert. So, Flash.
Yes, sir.
Tell me why you love Roberta Flack.
Roberta was the epitome of, she was the consummate performer, singer, songwriter, and her band was always smoking.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, it included a young Luther Vandross and a young Marcus Miller in the band.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Roberta. Initially, when I heard Roberta I think her first album was 68, 69, First Take. But my mother had that album and she wore it out, and it reminded me somewhat of a little bit of Nina Simone and a little bit of Gladys Knight. But Roberta stood on her own. She was really jazzy in the beginning, and then she started morphing into what she became. And she always had her own stamp. And I appreciate that about any artist, where they could take a song and make it their own cover song and just, take it somewhere else. And she put people around her like that, which was phenomenal. She was really tight with Quincy Jones, from what I understand, and from there she just took off. There's a story out there and she told the story that she had done Killing Me Softly live. She was working on it. She hadn't recorded it. Quincy was there, and they asked for an encore, and she said, well, what am I going to do? He was like, I don't know, think of something. He said, well, I've been working on something. This is what she was saying. I've been working on something. I'll go out and do that. And so she went out and she did Killing Me Softly and got a standing ovation. And she went backstage, and Quincy said, Ro, do not perform that song again until you record it. Don't do it. So, yeah.
He was right. He was right.
Yeah.
He was right. Did you ever get to meet Quincy Jones, Kevin?
No, that was one of the only people I feel like I didn't get a chance to meet, him and Stevie.
Yeah. I know Stevie's got to love you, man. You got to meet Stevie.
Stevie's gonna love you.
Yeah. When we were in Cabo that year, was that the year that Stevie was there? Flash?
Was Kevin there the same year?
No, I think it might have been the year before.
Stevie didn't show up that year.
Because Stevie talked about coming the next year, but he didn't make it. But he was walking around, and I said, that's Stevie. He's a big guy. He's a lot bigger than you think he is, So, but and just the aura of Stevie Wonder. So look, you got anything else from Miss Flack?
We can go on.
Can't forget about Back Together again with her and Donny Hathaway too.
Yeah, that is absolutely one of my favorites.
All right, well, give me one more Roberta Flack song, and then we'll go on to Chris Jasper. What you got?
All right.
Strolling in the park, watching winter turn to spring. Walking in the dark, seeing lovers do their thing. Ooh, that's the time I feel like making love to you. That's the time I feel like making dreams come true. Oh, baby, when you talk to me.
She is always just like right here.
Oh, yeah.
Right here.
And it was always perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Mm.
What I dug about her later on is, as I got older, I figured it out. She was always talking about making love.
Nothing wrong with
Can
that.
you go wrong with that? You can't
Nothing
go
wrong
wrong
with
with
it.
that.
Nothing
She
wrong.
said it so sweetly. You just like, oh, well, you
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking about. But
She had a song called "I'm the One," and she was just letting you know, hey, look here,
Mhm.
I'm the one.
There's another album that she did that everybody needs to check out. I think it was Blue Lights in the Basement. And she's got like a 10-minute version of Must Be You. Must Be You. Again, if you with your girl or with your guy and you want, you're getting set up, they're coming over to your house, have that playing with the candles burning when they walk in. You're welcome.
She did all the work for you. Exactly.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
She did it all for you.
You're welcome. All right. Did you want to sneak in one more? Did you want to get your back together again? And
Oh, you set me up, Jerry.
I was just asking. We're here with Kevin and Ross. We only got a few more minutes, so we gotta make the best of it here,
All right. Sure.
It's all together. Problems we defeated. I'm in hand. You take all that I got, baby. 'Cause you and I back together again. The world is you and I back together again. The world is love will last forever. We can make it real. To feel it. Say you need never. We can truly feel what you feel. Back together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why you. Yeah. Go ahead, Kevin.
Nah, cold. Just the versatility.
Mhm.
The versatility she was able to do to make beautiful ballads. She was able to make, great mids. Now she got, everybody up in a discotheque. You know what I mean? Get into it. So, it's dope. Now she's, like I said, one of one. So.
Yeah, Donny Hathaway was a perfect match for her, even though she did the duets with others. But Donny was the dude, man. Donny was the dude. So now they are together in heaven. Rest in peace, Miss Roberta Flack. We love you. You left your legacy. You definitely put in your work, and we love you for that. So one last person, I hope it's the last one that we hear from a while that passed away, Chris Jasper, the Isley Brothers and Isley Jasper Isley. He passed away at the age of 73 on February the 23rd. Anybody who knows anything about R&B music knows, of course, and loves the Isley Brothers. But did you know that he wrote and produced most of those hits that you hear by the Isley Brothers was written and produced by Chris Jasper? And then we know about the Caravan of Love with Isley Jasper Isley. But Flash, I don't even know what you could play because we could be here for the next 7 hours playing Isley Brothers songs. But what you going to do for the next couple of minutes? How about that?
How about this?
Spending all my time making love to you. I love you through the night and through the day. I know that deep inside you crave that ecstasy. Insatiable woman, my body shows there is no one in this world can do the things you do for me and bring me to that ecstasy. You really turn me on when I go off to work each day. You kiss me at the door and say, don't stay too long. Honey, don't stay too long.
All right, Flash, come back to us. Come back.
I'm sorry, brother.
I'm looking at you just like was gone, man.
It's one of those songs, man.
Yeah, that's Isley Jasper Isley, right?
Mm-hmm.
Insatiable Woman. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, he was singing at this point. Obviously, he was singing. He didn't get to sing lead on, I don't think, any of the Isley Brothers songs because that was all on.
No.
But he busted out and had his own thing that he wanted to do. So that.
And I wish the walking encyclopedia Brown Tannick was here. He actually spoke with Chris.
Yeah, he did a nice interview with him.
A gazillion times, and so he knows the whole backline story, the good, the bad, the ugly. And you know, he told me a while ago that Chris was, you know, still somewhat bitter, but his pen game for the Isley Brothers was ridiculous. Ridiculous. From the lyrics to the production to the whole 9 yards. And good dude. Real good dude from what I
mean, again, so many Isley Brothers songs, Voyage to Atlantis, Living for the Love of You, just on and on and on. Just and another group, like you mentioned earlier, can do slow jams and up tempo. It's a matter of fact, they used to make albums on one side was slow jam, the other side was all up tempo and dance tracks and all like that. So you got another one or two you want to sneak in, and then we can cut it out of here.
Do it a gazillion. We got a gazillion of them.
Can I go on my way without you? Whoa, how can I know if I go on my way without you? Whoa, where would I go? Set sail with me.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites from them. That's one of my favorites. Kevin, looks like you like that one.
Oh yeah, I was man. I heard them sing that a couple months ago. We did the Arizona Jazz Festival.
Oh, okay.
So that was super dope just to see, you know, Mr. Ron, you know, get into his bag and still had a crowd rocking and rolling. So I mean, amazing records. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was great one. So, and another one with a great nickname, Mr. Big.
Yeah,
Mr. Big.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Flash, what else? What else you got from the Isley Brothers, man?
I'm going to stop that right there because I want to get back to Kevin Ross, if that's all right with you.
Okay, absolutely.
All right with you?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Kevin Ross.
Okay.
All right. Oh, you waiting on me? Here we go.
Yeah.
Love this song.
I love to walk by you each day, but you don't even know my name. I'm feeling like a stranger. All this wondering's driving me crazy. Baby, somehow, someway, I'll make you remember me. What do I lose if I don't take my shot? Any seconds that's left on the clock, so I gotta make you look my way. 'Cause baby, it's a lot of love in this heart to give. I give it all to you. Gotta make you look my way. Then you'll see everything you want's right here with me. Everything you want's right here with me. If I happen to walk upon you.
Kevin Ross, y'all. Talk about that song, Kev.
Sheesh. Look my way. Honestly, so I never said this before. So I originally wrote Look My Way for a young group called Wanmore. And so if you don't know Wanmore, Wanye from Boys to Men had a multitude of children and named them all Wanye 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then they named themselves Wanmore and became a boy group. And a couple of years ago, I had wrote and produced Look My Way. And it was really kind of like lo-fi originally. and I wanted it to feel like a Jackson 5 kind of record. And so I cut it on them, and then, you know, of course, politics came into play. So, you know, nothing with them, but just more so their team at the time felt like they wanted to skew younger. And so I just had that record just kind of laying around for a while. And I was like, well, what if I modernized it and did different drums to it and lowered the key of it? And so it worked out. And so yeah, I'm grateful that it worked out for me. And so yeah, it's dope.
So first of all, I didn't know that he named his kids like George Foreman, although one I did not know that.
Yeah.
I knew that the Juan Moore. So the Juan Moore was the fifth kid, I guess is Juan Moore.
Yeah, so yeah, Wanye 1, 2. So, you know, they all go by nicknames.
Well,
But yeah, they're all named Wanye.
Yeah, I did not know that. Thank you for that information. How would you do that, man? Who does that?
Him and George.
Well, yeah, George Foreman, you know, Big George, Little George. He had all his kids like
In
that.
between George.
I would
George
really
the
like
Jungle.
to find out what's the thinking behind that, man.
George and pudding pie.
Yeah. All right. Well, I did not know that, but that's done in me. All right.
I love the structure of the song. The song, the way that you structured it, I can hear where you would say it's kind of like a Jackson 5 piece, but you know, because the typical structure is what? Verse, chorus, verse out, or verse, chorus, bridge, chorus out. And this is not structured exactly like that, which is dope. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Unconventional, but very, very good.
All right, Flash, we're going to shut this down here. So what you want to do? I want to hear Love in the Middle one more time for the people who are tuning in late. That's the song that we got that really want to talk about. It just came out last month. It's doing super, super well on all the charts and everything like that. The EP is coming out in April the 4th now. And the tour starts next month, the city wineries. And who knows, it might be somewhere near you. We're going to come to Yoshi's out here in the Bay Area. 1 show, 2 show, do you know yet?
1 show.
Okay, well, that's
Is that
not going to
June
be enough.
20th?
Yep, June 20th.
Okay.
That's
Mark
not
your
going to be
calendar.
enough shows. You're going to need to just make sure you get another room for the next night because they're going to book you for a second show. That's the way it's gonna go. But it's going to be good to see you out here in person again. So what do you? I know you said you're working your way up to big rooms and things like that, but I've seen you out on the beach.
Yeah.
I've seen you in was it the fairgrounds at time?
Yeah.
And then I've seen you in smaller places too. What do you like the most right now? I know what you're shooting for, but what do you feel most comfortable?
Anywhere, to be honest. I love the intimacy of a small room. You know what I mean? Because I can literally look at everybody and touch everybody and, you know, communicate with them without jumping off of the stage. But then I love large crowds too, because then it allows for me to kind of up my voltage as far as energy wise, so that, you know, I can make sure that everybody is entertained. And it's important, like, especially in bigger venues, when the people got the seats in the nosebleeds or in the back, those are where your livest audience members are. Right. It's not the people that's up front. Those are normally the ones that's a little bit more reserved, you know, to themselves and stuff like that. But the ones that's really rocking and like partying, like they in the back. So I always try to make sure that I get to the back to show them love and appreciation, because they bought tickets too. They may not have been the tickets up front, but you're gonna feel their energy, and that's where normally the noise comes from. So you put me anywhere, and I'm gonna make sure that, you know, I adjust to the venue size for sure.
We have the blue collar fans in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And the industry people and the corporate people and all of them are all up in the front. And they're all, you know, you didn't say it, but I will. They're all sitting up there, you know, sipping their wine, and they got the new linen fit on with the wife that's coordinated. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, man, but get out the way, right? So I hear you. I know.
We saw you jump off the stage in Cabo, man, and just get out there and work the crowd. It was dope.
Thank you.
Well, he was doing that because his mic wasn't working. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
You know, for the longest, I don't know what was taking him so long to get the mic ready.
Yeah, but he got it. He made it happen.
He still did. So play a little bit more of Love in the Middle for the folks that are just tuning in.
Leaving you unnoticed, it's my problem. 4 choices, but Anybody else would have left this, but you never second guessed it. I know it's been a real long time. Yeah, I've been doing the most, flying coast to coast. You never stressed me out. And ooh, I just wanna blow your mind. So move your plans around while you adjust your crown so you can let your head down. Cause you worked all day and you've been going through things. Yeah, you deserve a break. So let's stop for a little, put love in the middle, and I just got paid. So put that back away.
Kevin Ross, y'all better go get that right now.
Yes.
Right now. Now, I mentioned this earlier. I do definitely want to see your shirt, though, man, because that looks
Yeah.
fantastic.
This is homegrown right here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Gotta rep DC, and it's Black History Month. So
Mhm.
yeah, man.
Nice.
That's nice. That's really nice, man.
Is that something that you put that together yourself?
No, I wish. I
Okay.
wish. What's her name? I just met her not too long ago, but her company is called Kinetics Lab.
Nice.
And then the store is called Thread and Soul, and they're over there in the harbor. And so shout out to Marquita for blessing me with what I mean, this shirt. So yeah.
Is that embroidered?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
nice.
great. Yeah.
Okay. That is not a blue collar shirt, bro. That's a top one. You have to put that shirt. You're gonna have to work for that shirt. That's not. I dabble in making shirts. I know how much that one will cost to make, and so if you get, I know what it costs to make. I know what it costs to get it. So you wear it well, bro. Send that thing to the dry cleaners. Don't put that in the washing machine.
Absolutely.
See? And you can go in peace, my child. You go in peace with that. All right. So look. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's just the two of us, and so we're glad that you were here to make it happen too. Yes. Love in the Middle, again, it's out everywhere where you go right now and get your music. Download it. Watch out for the EP that's coming out in April. Watch out for his tour dates. Hello to the rosters that are out there. Tell them again where they can get your music, and then we're gonna let you go, bro.
Absolutely. Make sure that you follow me on all social media platforms, Kevin Ross Music. And if you want to get tickets to the Love Up Tempo tour, you can go to kevinrossmusic.com. Nice. Tickets, merch, etc. It's all on there. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it.
Yes, we appreciate you.
Man,
so CJ Flash, any last words before we play this music out?
We're looking forward to seeing you again, man. You are incredible talent.
Thank you.
And just keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm a fan.
Thank you.
And I can't say that about all these other folks. I'm a fan. So thank you for being you, brother, and sharing your gifts and talents with us. And we're looking forward to the new.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
and so if you missed any of the show or you just want to watch it all over again, and why wouldn't you? Make sure you follow us on YouTube at IRTS Space Show. We're going to be back next week with another episode of IRTS Live. CJ Flash, take us home.
I will do that.
Okay.
But you got to believe it. You know that love it changes like seasons, but being you, it fits so good. Lord.
IRTS Live is created and hosted by Jerry Dove and is joined by a team of the industry's finest. Music director CJ Flash, Ryan Nicole, Big Russ, and D Minor. IRTS Live is brought to you by Lifelong Medical Care, providing high-quality care with compassion. Call them at 510-549-5454 or visit lifelongmedical.org. And by C-Dove HR Consulting Group, providing personalized service for building a better tomorrow. Enjoy the difference. Check out gdubdesigns.com for hoodies and t-shirts that make a statement. And be sure to get the new IRTS Live coffee mug. Join CJ Flash for the feel-good music for the people experience. Live Mondays and Wednesdays from 1 to 3 p.m. and Fridays from 12 to 4 p.m. Pacific Time. Watch and listen to him on TikTok and Mixcloud. And if you'd like to join us as a sponsor, please email us at info@irtsshow.com.